Welcome, viewers, back to the adventures in this video series. I'm trying my new, what do you call it, hand grip on the camera. Adam the Woo uses it, he calls it the claw. Give you a slightly further view from my face. I usually hold it down low, although this is hurting my arm, so I may not keep doing this. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put that down. I guess you'll have to look up at my face. It's better when I rest my elbow on my chest. Anyway, yeah, so today, I'll tell you where we are. We are at, well, right now I'm walking on a road by the name of Dakota's Farm Road. It's, oh, want to see a spider? Check out that guy. Get quite the web going there. What are these things? I saw a couple fire hydrants down there that had these things. I don't know. Is it an antenna? What is the point of that? I don't get that. I've never seen that before except here. Anyway, so we are, like I was starting to say, we're on Dakota's Farm Road in Smithfield, Rhode Island. I'm going to be taking you to a really cool place. The place I'm taking you to is called Hanton City Trail. Well, actually in Smithfield there are two Hanton City Trails. Originally there was just one, but the middle part ceased to exist in modern days when they started putting more modern roading in. But back in the day, you can tell by looking at the map, the whole thing was one. Anyway, the lower part, the southern portion of it, is just a short cul-de-sac area, residential. The northern part, however, is an abandoned road. And you know how abandoned things are fun. At least for me anyway. And if you tuned into this video, they probably are for you too. So, yeah, it's an abandoned road. It's going to be starting a little ways up here off of Dakota's Farm Road. I looked up a little bit about it on the Wikipedia, and apparently originally back in the day, back in the colonial era, there was a small village town, if you want to call it that. I doubt it was more than just, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just guessing. I doubt it was more than, you know, a few buildings, but it might have been more, who knows. Anyway, supposedly it existed back in the colonial era, but they're calling, on the Wikipedia, they call it a ghost town, because no one lives up there anymore. And there were several theories I listed on that Wikipedia page as to why the settlement got started. First theory was that it was started by a group of runaway slaves, but, you know, as a place to hide out away, but a lot of people don't think that's a very likely theory. Second theory was that it was a camp for people with, you know, serious contagious illnesses to live. But the third theory, and from what I've seen on the internet, it seems to be the most popular theory, is that it was a little village for colonial loyalists, meaning those colonial people who did not support the American side and during the revolution. And so I guess, you know, they were either banished or chose to live further away from society because I guess they were looked at as traitors. Again, this is not an absolute fact. This is just theory. No one knows for sure. But supposedly it was just, I mean, the most likely, in my opinion, is that the explanation was that it was the loyalists. Anyway, regardless of who lived here, No one lives here now. No one has lived here for many years. Many. However, I think some people may have lived up here into the early part of the 20th century, because the last time I came here a few years ago, there was still remnants of a paved road at a couple points on Hanton City Trail. And I know they didn't have paved roads back in the 17 and 1800s. So if you come up here, Dakota's Farm Road, this area is supposedly owned by Dow Chemical. There are some signs, but lots of people go up here. One of the last times I was here, we had 2 or 3 other people drive by down here. Of course, they were in four-wheel drive vehicles. By the way, we're actually on Hanton City Trail now. We just got onto it, this dirt road thing. So clearly, you know, people come up here, you know, obviously not every hour, maybe not even every day, but certainly I would say probably at least a few people a week come up here. So here we are, we're on the actual trail, Hanton City Trail, northern part, not southern part. Yeah, so when I was, there are cars driving by. Hopefully they won't bug me about coming in here. Momentarily this road kind of diverges, splits, or separates further into the woods from Dakota's Farm Road. So at that point we'll be, I think, pretty much in the clear. But yeah, back in the day, I grew up in the northern part of the state, and back in the day when I was a lot younger, my friends and I sometimes would try to find places to go here and there to, you know, hang out late at night and drink and whatnot. And this is one of the places we used to go. But of course, back in the day, it wasn't. I'm talking, let's say early 90s, very early 90s, early 90s. Wow, this is a giant puddle. I'm gonna have to be careful. Look at this. I really don't want to, I'm gonna have to go around it. That's a humongous puddle. But yeah, like I was saying, back in the day, in the early 90s, that Dakota's Farm Road wasn't there. There was a small little driveway there. I believe the sign said Lydia Ann Road, and there was like a small little industrial business. And other than that, it was basically a dirt road straight from the main road out there, which I didn't show you in the beginning of this video. The main road of Douglas Pike. Anyway, oh look, here's the first remnant of pavement. You see that? That's distinctly old pavement. I'm gonna flip my hat around. I don't really need my visor facing in this shady area. So yeah, as you can see, that's pavement. Now, it's almost all gone in this area. It's mostly just dirt road now, but in this one area you can see clearly way back when it was paved. I'll have to look up online. I didn't get a chance to see when road paving was invented and when it became fairly common. But my best guess is that it wasn't until around the time automobiles started coming into use in the early 20th century. Which that's what makes me think that people lived up here until, because why would they have bothered paving this road? It's like a 1.5 miles long. Why would they have bothered paving it if no one lived here? Now, here we have another puddle, and it looks like someone discarded a mattress here. I think I'll go around on this side. Old mattress. And what else is discarded over there? Maybe an old couch or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, so like I was saying, my friends and I used to come up here, and back in the day, as soon as you entered the road, it got to be wooded, and we used to drive. I mean, sometimes I guess there would be the puddles. You had to drive really slow because most of us didn't have four-wheel drive vehicles, but we would come up to this area that I'm about to show you, and this would be the little spot that we would park and hang out and drink and whatever, you know, away from the rest of the populace, so no one would say anything about it. One time I came up here and there was other people partying up here. They even had like a metal garbage, like industrial barrel with a bonfire going in it. And as you can see, it's kind of wide over here. So we used to park here. Now I'm not absolutely certain, but it appears that this is, at one point, was an intersection of two roads, because there's one right there. Right over that hill is Dakota's Farm Road again, but again, Dakota's Farm Road wasn't there before. And then it continues over here, but it may not have been a road, because look, there's one of those little poles. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get a little closer so you can get a better look at it. But it's white and yellow pole, I believe, indicating that this is a gas line, buried gas line. So it may be simply that this was not a road, this cross area, but rather where they put the buried gas line in. I'll get up and look at that before I end this particular video. But yeah, it was a decent spot to hang out. Nowadays, however, cars drive by up there and they can kind of sometimes, well, maybe not right now, there's kind of a lot of leaves, but certainly when it's not fully leafy down here, it's not very private down here. Yeah, I believe that. Okay, now what does that say now? It says pipeline. Yeah, there you go. That's what that is. Pipeline, gas pipeline. Warning. I'm not going to go over in those weeds, but so, I mean, it's possible there was a road here before and they just built it along the same path. But if it were a road, look how steep that embankment is up on the other side. You know, I don't know in the horse and buggy days how they could have gotten over that. So it might just be a gas line. In any case, that about concludes this particular video. Again, this will be a multi-part series. So this concludes part 1. Tap my face to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. That rocked.